The FHSA is an absolute no-brainer for anyone saving up for their first home. Today I'm going to show you why, and I'm going to do it in plain English. My name is Reese, and today we're going to be unpacking the new First Home Savings Account. And frankly, it's pretty good. It doesn't even come close to actually solving the root problems of housing affordability in Canada, but hey, it makes it look like they're trying, and it saves us a stack of taxes along the way, so at least there's that. Anywho, the key facts are these. This plan combines the best features of an RRSP and a TFSA. So like an RRSP, you get a tax deduction for whatever money you put into it, and while your money is in the plan, it grows tax-free. And like a tax-free savings account, any of the money that you withdraw from the program, as long as you use it to purchase your first home, can come out entirely tax-free. And that is delicious. To open one of these accounts, you got to be at least 18, a Canadian resident, and you have to be able to demonstrate that you don't currently own a home. Once it is open, you can contribute up to $8,000 per year into the plan, up to a lifetime maximum of $40,000. So if you're running full pop at this thing, it would take you 5 years at $8,000 a year to max it out. Another slick feature of this account is that you can actually transfer money from your RRSP into it, up to the limits, of course. Unfortunately, you won't get a tax deduction for doing this because you already got the tax deduction when you put the money into your RRSP. But it will enable you to pull the money out of the RRSP without having to pay any tax. Now, it is true that you can pull money out of your RRSP using the home buyer's plan to purchase your first home, but you have to pay it back over the course of the next 15 years, or you'll get taxed on whatever you don't pay back, and that's annoying. On the other hand, with the FHSA, you don't have to pay it back, ever. And you don't have to pay any taxes on any of the withdrawals as long as you use it to purchase your first home, which is quite a bit better than the home buyer's plan. Now, obviously, if you have enough resources to use both of these plans, then you're definitely going to want to look at doing that. Because as of now, the maximum amount that you can build up in an FHSA is $40,000 plus whatever growth you make. And the maximum amount that you can pull out of your RRSP using the home buyer's plan is $35,000. So at minimum, you're looking at being able to pull out about $75,000 or more towards your down payment. And of course, if you have a significant other, a spouse, who's able to do the exact same thing, then you can double that for a minimum of $150,000 from your registered plans towards your down payment on your first home. And that's a big fat chunk. Now, all of that said, there are a couple of fibs that are built right into the name of this account that you need to be aware of. First of all, it doesn't actually have to be your first home. As long as you haven't lived in a home that you or your spouse owned in the year the account is opened or the previous 4 years, then you're good to go. You can use it. Secondly, it's not actually a savings account. They did this with the TFSA too. They called it a tax-free savings account, which leads a lot of people to assume that all they can do with it is use a savings account. But that's not actually true at all. Just like a TFSA, you have tons of options for what you can do within the account. You can actually hold them in stocks, bonds, ETFs, mutual funds, GICs, and yes, even savings accounts if you want to. And there are other options. And this is an important thing to understand because a lot of these other options have the potential to grow your money quite a bit faster than a savings account would over the long run. Now, the last key detail that I want to go over about this account is that it can actually only be in existence for 15 years. Or until the end of the year that you turn 71. Now, they could change that rule in the future, and I could see them doing that, but for now, this is how it is. But I don't actually see this as a problem. In many cases, it could actually be a good thing. You see, if you end up deciding not to use the money that you have in this account to purchase a home for whatever reason, maybe you inherit one, or you end up with a spouse who already has one, or you just decide to continue renting, whatever your reason might be. If you decide not to use this account towards purchasing your first home, you can simply transfer the account over into your RRSP, and it won't use up any of your existing RRSP room. So in effect, you can actually create out of thin air an additional $40,000 of RRSP room. And that in and of itself could save you a ton of tax, especially if you have a high income. Or the other option is, if you're not going to use it for your first home, is you can simply redeem the money from your account. Now, if you do that, you'll end up paying taxes on it as though it was income in the year that you pull it out. And this is usually a terrible idea, as it could lead to a huge tax bill. But if you pull the money out during low or no income years, then that can actually be another way to get the money out tax-free as well. But that is a Jedi trick and requires you understanding how your tax brackets work. And if you don't, worry not, just click on this link right here and let your mind be blown.